Hello, welcome to my kitchen at Tea at 3, episode 69, 29th of June. I hope we're well. Just make my tea. There we go. See, great day. Everybody's probably at home preparing for the England football match. Some level of excitement, perhaps. We're going to talk about communication today, Moravian, something for the trainers out there, and something for people who aren't trainers as well, just to challenge the trainers. That's not bad. I've got a question. Which is a very good question today. What's the world record for words per minute? How many words per minute has the fastest person typed? That's my question. So fastest typist, touch typing. How many words a minute? Jeff Cake today. All over the place today. Jeff Cake, it's like a Jeff Cake. Everybody else is coming. It's you, Clara. Are you there, Clara? Fastest touch typist, over Jeff Cake. Hope somebody's going to come on. We're going to talk about Moravian. I'll talk about him anyway. Having Jeff Cake first. But that's my question today. How many words a minute can the fastest touch typist type? Or has the fastest touch typist type? How many words per minute do you reckon? 60 seconds in a minute? How many words? Somebody have a guess. Just got to type a number in. Don't be shy. I better start then. I'll talk about Moravian. So Moravian, depends who you are. You probably 734. That's a pretty good guess, actually, Farm. 734. That's incredible. That's like 4 words a second, isn't it? Nearly. That's a pretty good guess. So Moravian, Albert Moravian. Loads of people. If you've been on a communication skills course, there's probably a very high level of probability that you've heard this stat. The trainer at the front of the room has gone, right. Talk about communication. I'm going to talk about message, and I'm going to break it down into 3 areas. I'm going to break it down into words, the words that somebody says, the tone that somebody speaks in, and the body language they display. And delegates are invited to guess the numbers, guess the percentage numbers, obviously all adding up to 100. And everybody throws these numbers about, and some people have heard things, and they're kind of not too bad. And then the trainer magically reveals these figures of 55% body language, 38% tone, and 7% words. And everybody goes, well, incredible. Really just 7% of what I say is the words. And so there's a suggestion that if I was here and I was still talking, you'd only get 7% of the message from that initial thing that people talk about Moravian. Now, we'll challenge that straight away because that feels a little bit ridiculous. So let's think about just some words. So I've just got 6 words. So if we take that literally, and that's what's peddled a lot in training rooms, or mine, only 7% of what the words I say, only 7% is the words I say. Yeah? So let's look. I'll try and say it in the same tone. I'm going to say 6 different words. So my first 6 words are, please can I have a cappuccino? And my second 6 words are, please feed my dog a bone. Yeah, please can I have a cappuccino? Please feed my dog a bone. 6 words. But the words are absolutely critical because if I go in to a well-known coffee shop and I say, please feed my dog a bone, they're not going to give me a cappuccino. So it's got to be the words are more important. So what is the study? What did Moravian actually say? Because surely he didn't say that. Oh, no, he didn't. So the study was around single words, maybe like a word like love, but generally emotions. They were about emotional words. And then he invited the same person to speak in a different tone, a positive tone, a neutral tone, or a negative tone. And then the person observed, so they not only heard the word, saw the body shape of the person, and also they heard the tone. And then he asked for intent. So he wasn't trying to establish how much of the message is words, tone, and body language. What he was trying to establish was about intent. It's purely about intent. So you'll probably know someone who don't know that, and you know it does. You know 100% it's liking them badly. But the words, that's when they are that little bit irrelevant. It's about the intent of what they're saying. And you might be able to get that from body language, the tone of voice. There's loads of cheap gags we can make about this. Is everything all right? Yeah, everything's fine. So there, the words are slightly irrelevant because we know from the turn away, from the turn of the head, from the dismissive tone, all of that means no, everything's not okay. So the words will form that very small percentage of it. Just a silent message. That's what Moravian was about. What is the silent message? So the big message, the whole picture, when it all comes together and it's congruent, that kind of builds it up. But when words and pictures conflict, so when I say something, but the picture of me saying it doesn't represent the same, then the brain will go visual. The brain will say, I trust this guy's face, how he's saying the word, more than the words he's saying. And that's the critical thing. Now, one thing I'm going to invite you to do, if you go on a course as a delegate and you see this 7:38:55, challenge the trainer. If you're a trainer, challenge yourself and do it differently, because it's not 7:38:55. Those stats, they were there for a specific study. Find the study. You can find it online. You can find loads of stuff online about it. But challenge that thinking, oh, only 7% of what we say impacts on the words. No. Please, can I have a cappuccino? Please feed my dog a bone. You can use that as an example. Try it. Go into a coffee shop and say, please feed my dog a bone, and see if you get a cappuccino. I know the answer. So moving forward, it's not directly linked to Moravian, but that words and pictures, do they conflict? And I've referenced this guy before, but to me, he links so tightly with Moravian, I think it's worth doing again. And this guy's name is Mark Bowden. He's got a brilliant TED Talk out there, and he works for a company called The Truth Plane. That's his company. But he says when we meet people for the first time, they naturally fall into one of four categories. And those categories are friend, foe, potential life partner, or indifferent. So when I meet people for the first time, that's what will happen. Now, what the skill is you have to get into friend category. I have to do things that will suggest I'm a good person. Because remember, the brain, if words and pictures don't match, the brain will go pictorial. Now, if there's not a consistent message, it's easier for the brain to protect and say, do you know what? I'm not sure about this guy. So he's going to take the safe option and go, because I'm not 100%, because I'm congruent, do you know what? I'm going to protect myself. Now, so Bowden says some simple things. He says some simple things about, smile at people. You've only got to walk down the street and smile at somebody, and often they'll smile back. But it's got to be a proper smile. It can't be just a quick flash, because that looks a bit creepy. Yeah, so it's got to be a sustained smile. The other thing that Bowden talks about is the eyebrow flash. Walk down the street, raise your eyebrows and smile. And it's like an acknowledgement, or like I know you. And so that eyebrow is the second thing. Eyebrows, smiles. And the last thing is open hand. It's quite hard to see here because my hands are down here. But Bowden's kind of talking about open this bit up. This is what he calls the truth plane. So get that bit open so it can be seen. Now, the beauty that Bowden demonstrates is he does a lot of his talk like this, but then he changes and he crosses his arms and he moves away. He's still giving the message. He's still giving an authentic message, but everything else is clashing. He's demonstrating incongruence and people don't want it. So people think this is now a person I don't like. So I'd urge you to, if you've got 10 minutes of your life. So what do we pick up here? Words and pictures, what I say, what I look like. The beauty now of working online, we do so much work online. Last 15 months, there was on Zoom, all of that. You have the beautiful advantage of being able to see yourself now. Now, normally when I go to a meeting face-to-face, I couldn't see myself, but now I can. Now I can see what everybody else is seeing. And that's like a real perk of working online. And although there might be a second delay, it gives me that good advantage. Am I displaying the right things? Is my message congruent? Okay, the words on their own, not critical, but if I can back that up with good body language, good tone, to take time to key messages out loud, and then you're going to win yourself a hero. All right, so Albert Morabian, well used across so many communication courses. Get challenging that thinking on it. Now, my question today was how many words, because the fastest touch typist ever type out. And Carl was very good, actually. It was actually 216, so it's an incredible guess, because only 4 words per 15 seconds out. And she actually set that in 1946. It's not been beaten. Fastest was a lady, fastest Britain was a lady called Barbara Blackburn. I think she did about 216. 212. 212, records 216. So 216 words typing. The average is about 40, 45. And she's smashing that. Yeah, no, it's a good guess so far. It's pretty impressive. So let's all get back together next Tuesday, number 70. It'd be great if we get to 100, but that feels like a lifetime away. Anyway, have a great day, everyone, and enjoy the game tonight. And I'll see you next week. Thanks a lot.